I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. When I approached AUDIIO about sponsoring a short film, I didn't actually expect them to say yes, but they did, so here we are. I told them I wanted to make a film like Short Stash, but I hope they aren't expecting an epic travel film because as a broke 27-year-old who's divorced and living with his parents, I don't quite have the resources to pull that off. But more importantly, that's just not who I am or the story I really want to tell. When I said I wanted to make a Short Stash style film, I meant I wanted to make a film that had an impact, something that had a message that would resonate with people. But what that message is one of the many things I haven't figured out yet. Going into this project, the only thing I knew for certain is that I wanted to film a sequence where I went to go get a Slurpee. I don't know, don't ask. I just thought it would be fun, I guess, but we just finished that, and so I guess we're back where we started. This isn't the first time I've been back where I started, though. A year ago, my entire life, in fact, got a reset. After a grueling few years of layoff after layoff and the unexpected end to my marriage, I was left with two choices: to drown in everything that had happened to me, or get to work. Luckily, at least that's what I thought at the time, I chose the latter. I put my head down and focused on my craft. I mastered almost 10 years worth of photography in the last year, which ultimately opened the door for me to end the year by shooting portraits for Hasselblad. When this opportunity came around, I'd only shot my first portrait 10 months prior, so yeah, it was a pretty cool way to end the year. Even with all this progress though, most of my nights and weekends looked like this: myself, alone, editing my life away. It was in a moment like this one that I realized something. While I had made progress in my career over the last year, I had left my personal life behind, and outside of my work, I no longer knew who I was. This was fine for a while, of course. I told myself that I was just buckling down so that I could build the future and the life that I wanted. But as the months went on, I started to realize that my craft, the one thing that had been holding me together for all this time, was now slowly tearing me apart. Now, don't take any of this the wrong way. I still absolutely adore my craft, and taking photos and telling stories is still my passion, but to be consumed by it, while for me that did serve a purpose to get me through a difficult time, I definitely don't think it's been healthy to do in the long term. It's easy to say having a work-life balance is important, but to put it into practice is definitely much easier said than done. I think for people like myself, creative professionals, it's even harder. We don't have the luxury of having someone else make our schedules, an employer to tell us when to work, eat, and rest. No. As creatives, we are left to our own devices, which usually means we will work ourselves into the ground to justify some false sense that if we didn't, we'd fall behind and be forgotten. Okay, so at this point, you're probably wondering where I'm going with all this. To be honest, so am I. I've had so many thoughts and feelings over the last few years, so many things I've learned and wanted to share with you that it's hard to compile it all into one video. I think if I had to package all these thoughts, feelings, and experiences into one takeaway for you, it'd be this: just don't let your passion consume you. After taking a step back, I've realized that my dedication to my work had disconnected me from the world around me. And I urge you not to make that same mistake. Embrace your passion, but also embrace life outside of it. Remember, you are not defined solely by what you create. Your worth extends beyond your work. Nurture your relationships, explore new horizons, and allow yourself the time to simply be. Going into 2024, my goal is to focus more on myself outside of my career, to focus and go places without my camera and realize that that is okay to do. Like I've talked about so far, I was in a difficult place, beginning of this year, and the only way I kind of got through it was to focus fully on my craft and my career and my passion for photography and videography. And yeah, I don't know who I am anymore. And going into 2024, I think it's time that I figure that out, and I devote the same amount of time that I did to my career this past year, but to myself. I don't have any hobbies anymore. My career kind of turned into my hobby. Photography and videography and creating content like this used to just be something I did for fun. I'd come home after my 9 to 5 and I would make videos and take photos, and it was kind of just an outlet for me. But now, it being my full-time job, I don't really have anything else. There's a lot of nights, these days where like 5 or 6 o'clock hits, and I will kind of pace around the house, not really knowing what to do, or I end up doom scrolling on my phone because I just don't have any hobbies, and then I end up just working the rest of the night, again, editing photos, making more videos, and it's not good. And you should have something outside of your work that you can go and do. I think Peter McKinnon put it best a few years back, where he said that, you need to have something that you do that's not related at all to what you do, and so this next year, I think that's what I'm going to try and figure out for myself, is what is the thing that I do that isn't photography? What does Austin like to do outside of his work, And I think, I'm going to focus on trying to have a better, balance in my life, make more time for my friends, more time for my family, and really figure out who I am as a person outside of content creation. Obviously, I'm still going to take photos and videos. I still absolutely love what I do, and I'm so grateful that I get to do it for a living. But yeah, there is more to life, than this, and I want to figure that out, and I want to build that for myself, and kind of help myself realize that I'm in a better place now, that I don't have to rely on my career and on this passion of mine for photography to kind of get me through my days anymore. I have people in my life now that care for me, and I have a family, and it's okay to kind of live a life outside of this as well. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts, going into 2024. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different. Huge shout out to AUDIIO.com for sponsoring this video. If you're not familiar with who AUDIIO are, they are a one-stop resource for high quality music and sound effects that you can use in your videos. They have a few different subscription options, but right now, at the time of recording, you can actually get $300 off a lifetime subscription. And when I say lifetime, I mean lifetime. It is a one-time purchase with access to all of their high quality music. Yeah, you get $300 off, bringing the price down from $500 to $200, which again, for lifetime access to high quality music for your projects, is a steal. So you can enter this code at checkout to get that discount, again, at the time of recording. And I definitely recommend it. I have used, Epidemic Sound, and I have used Artlist, and I just find that AUDIIO has music that fits my style, best. I find I enjoy the music that they provide a lot more than those other services. I've canceled my subscriptions to those other platforms, and I am strictly using AUDIIO for all of my videos here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And all of the complimentary audio from today's video, all of the music and the sound effects, came from AUDIIO.com. So if you liked the sound design of this video, then I definitely recommend you give AUDIIO a try. And again, thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. But yeah, that'll do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below with what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.